Have you ever stopped to ponder on the concept of grace? What is it, and why does it matter so much? In the whirlwind of life, it's easy to overlook such profound questions. But today, let's pause for a moment. Let's unravel a tale from an ancient book that has guided billions, the Bible, which beautifully illustrates the idea of grace. The story unfolds in the book of Luke, chapter 15. It's a parable told by Jesus himself, known as the parable of the prodigal son. Once upon a time, there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger son, impatient and reckless, asked for his share of the inheritance and set off to a distant country where he squandered his wealth in wild living. Soon, a severe famine struck the land, and the young man found himself in dire need. He hired himself out to a citizen who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He was so hungry that even the pods he was feeding the pigs with seemed appetizing. But no one gave him anything. In his moment of despair, he realized his folly. He remembered his father's house, where even the hired servants had food to spare. He decided to return home and ask for his father's forgiveness, willing to become one of his hired servants. Now here's where the story takes a surprising turn. As he was still a long way off, his father saw him. Filled with compassion, he ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son confessed his mistakes, but instead of rebuke or punishment, the father ordered his servants to bring the best robe, a ring, and sandals for his son. He even ordered a feast to celebrate, for his son who was lost was now found, was dead, and is now alive. This, dear friends, is grace, unearned, undeserved. It's a favor we receive not because we are good enough or because we have earned it, but simply because it is given. It's a gift of love, forgiveness, and acceptance from someone who sees beyond our flaws, our mistakes, and our past. In the context of Christian belief, grace is the unmerited favor of God. It's His compassion that leads to the forgiveness of sins and bestows blessings, which are not deserved by humans. Grace is the basis for salvation, and it's freely given to all who accept it. The importance of grace cannot be overemphasized. It's a reminder that no one is beyond redemption. No matter how far we may wander, how much we may mess up, there's always a way back. There's always hope. Grace is the beacon that guides the lost back home, the warm embrace that welcomes the prodigal. Grace is an invitation to a transformative with God. It's the catalyst that brings about change in the heart, steering us away from our former ways towards a life of love and righteousness. So remember the story of the prodigal son. Remember the Father's embrace, the celebration, the grace. For it is in understanding grace that we truly comprehend the depth of love, forgiveness, and acceptance. Through the lens of grace, we see the world differently. We become more forgiving, more accepting, more loving. We become bearers of grace, spreading the same love, acceptance, and forgiveness we have received. And that, dear friends, is the power of grace. It's more than a concept, more than a religious term. It's a way of life, a journey towards love and acceptance. It's a gift, a blessing, a miracle. It's grace. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching.